magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose.
Bonjour, I'm Vivian, and welcome to the beautiful Loire Valley of France, home to the world's most spectacular fairy tale castles. It is also the location of my home, a small neo-Renaissance chateau which I share with my husband Simon, daughter Isabella, and whenever possible, friends and family. However, this is not our first chateau. For 17 years, we lovingly restored and adored a much larger castle until we decided to downsize. And now we're doing it all again, but this time on a smaller scale. So join us for some chateau fun, chateau life, chateau renovations, chateau travel, chateau food, chateau friends, and chateau love.
If I dress up for you in 18th century costume, will you be my Valentine?
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone! I wasn't planning on making a video today because I've got so much to do. We're leaving for Venice the day after tomorrow, and I'm working on Isabella's costume right here. As you can see, it is not even remotely finished, but I got the other 3 costumes done. If you watched our last episode where we were staying with Steve and Sarah at their beautiful Chateau de Saint-Germain-des-Prés, Sarah and I made a challenge. We're going to Venice the day after tomorrow, and we made a challenge to make costumes.
No other responsibilities or actual real jobs that help pay bills. We can just sew 18th century costumes all day long. Yeah. Okay, so on that point.
Is there like a reality bubble that bursts at this point or something?
No, I think there are a few late nights
when I made the agreement to do that, I forgot that I had 4 costumes to make, not just 2. And so I haven't gotten a video out in about 2 or 3 weeks because of that. You know, we've been working in the house. Despite the fact that the last week is supposed to be all sewing, we've actually been really busy getting the bathroom sorted out on the top floor. In addition to me creating the copper bathtub, Simon's been very busy behind me, as you can see, creating the false wall for the plumbing, and the plumber finally showed up. So he plumbed in the bathtub and the shower. So this will be the next thing, but it might have to wait until after Venice, as I'm getting really panicky about these costumes and doing our other work. And then I've been sewing like crazy for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's all gonna come off though. But I couldn't let today go by without making a little video for everybody, because today is the 1-year anniversary of Chateau Love. I don't know if you remember, but our very first episode was exactly 1 year ago today. We were in lockdown. We weren't allowed to leave our house or go anywhere or do anything. And Simon and I started making these silly little videos to communicate with our friends and family. And then when I discovered the other YouTube chatelaines, such as Stephanie of the Chateau Diaries and some of the others, I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and make it public and see what happens. And honestly, that was the very best thing we ever could have done. Not only did it really make the pandemic so much more bearable, but here we are 1 year later with just over 9,000 subscribers as of Valentine's Day 2022, and so many new friends. This has been the craziest year. We've taken you to see lots of different chateaux. We have met lots of chatelaines of both private and public chateaux, many of whom have become such good friends. The first chateau we visited was Johnny and Ashley's at the Chateau de Lomanie. We then went and stayed with Stephanie at the Chateau de la Lande. We became friends with Steve and Sarah of the Chateau de Saint-Germain-des-Prés. Let's not forget about Marc Lelandais of Chateau Gaillard. And of course, there are Marc and Philip of the beautiful Chateau d'Avensac. And then of course we took you to lots of other public chateaux like the Chateau de Villandry. It's been an amazing year, and most of all, we are so grateful to all of you who have been so incredible, especially our subscribers. And you know, we know so many of you now by name, so many of you have become good friends, and we just don't feel like quitting. But for now, we're just so ecstatic and grateful. For those of you that haven't subscribed, please do. In a couple of days, we're going to be in Venice with lots of our other chateau friends. You're going to be able to see Steve and Sarah's fabulous new costumes. I've had sneak peeks and they're unbelievable. And then lots of our other chateau friends are joining us. So let me show you what we're up to today. And then I do need to crack on. But so behind me, we have our gorgeous volunteers, Jean and Tristan. They're here from South Africa, and they're helping me because I'm now completely out of time.
I am busy turning a pirate hat into a carnival hat because there is no place for pirate hats in Venice.
Absolutely.
And I'm busy gilding, or going to be gilding, the carnival masks. So I just painted it red underneath and putting on the glue, and then going to be using the gold leaf for the masks, just to bling it up a little bit.
Fantastic. So Jean and Tristan learned how to gold leaf last week. We were working on furniture projects, and so now we've decided we're going to gold leaf everything.
You're going to return and the whole house is going to be gold leaf.
I'm so excited. That actually fills me with joy. And I'm going to give everybody a sneak peek. So this is Isabella's friend Jack's costume, which I've made. You saw the gown that I'm working on downstairs for Isabella. And so Tristan is creating the hat for Jack. So it doesn't look like much at the moment, but I have high hopes. And then also Jean and Tristan are creating the masks for Jack and Isabella. And we are super, super, super excited because we haven't seen Isabella since October at Halloween. And so we're not only celebrating Christmas together, look who just arrived. It's my Valentine. Hello, Valentine. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's, everybody.
Yes. Do we have any time to do anything today other than get ready for Venice?
Well, that's a pretty big Valentine's trip, but
Yes.
we'll see.
Last year you came in and you brought me flowers and you made me salmon en croûte. Do you remember all that?
I do, yeah.
Our very first episode.
Yep. That was great.
It was great.
Yeah, maybe you must have dinner tonight.
And last night, we're going to show you, John and Tristan made us an incredible dinner from South Africa, South African delights. And so we'll show you a little bit of that now. So we are introducing Jean and Tristan.
Hello.
Jean and Tristan are staying with us for a couple of months, and you guys are here to study winemaking locally.
Yes, absolutely. We're both winemakers from South Africa. So obviously we had to make our way all the way to France, and obviously we had to come to the Loire Valley for the Chenin.
Yes.
We've already tasted some of the, have to correct me, the Janier.
Yes, our local wine, exactly.
And Chenin.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So we're learning a lot.
You guys are cooking us dinner, which looks amazing. What are you making?
So we're going to make a butter chicken curry.
Ooh.
It's a traditional genre I've always made in South Africa. Curries, we have lots of Cape Malay curries, a whole bunch of different Indian curries, but our favorite is the butter chicken curry.
Oh, that sounds so delicious, and we
hope you
love
like
curry. We're gonna love it.
And then for dessert, we're going to do a traditional South African dessert. It actually came from when the Dutch settlers came to South Africa.
Oh, wow.
And it is a spiced custard dessert called melk tart.
Get the accent right. How do you say it?
Melk tart,
I can't say that.
which is Afrikaans for milk tart.
Lovely.
I'm going to do some of that for dessert.
Milk tart. We've heard about this, but we've never had it.
There's lots of cinnamon. It's very creamy. It's a normal pie base with a little bit of cloves in it and some milk, and it's like a jelly-like custard consistency with lots of cinnamon.
Oh, fantastic. And then for everyone looking at your beautiful collar,
Yes.
Tristan makes fantastic clothes out of vintage clothing and even has her own online shop.
Yes.
Did you want me to promote it?
I don't mind.
Would you like people to know about it?
Yeah, I do. It's called Retro Panda on Instagram.
Retro Panda on Instagram. Fantastic. So we'll be looking at lots of little sewing projects and things while you guys are here. And it's going to be so much fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
So this is looking like it might be a little bit spicy.
A little bit, you know, you have to have curry with a little bit of spice.
Absolutely.
This is the spice that we brought all the way from South Africa. This is the butter chicken. It's our favorite combination. We've tried other butter chicken spices. We've tried doing our own, but nothing comes close to this one.
Right. So for those of us who don't live in South Africa, we just have to go visit.
We'll start a South African imports-exports group here.
I think it's a good idea. About this recently. Are you adding lentils?
Lentils, it's the secret recipe into our curry. Jean actually accidentally added lentils about 7 years ago when we first started making it.
Wasn't too happy with me.
But
now
it's a staple in the curry. We always add lentils.
So the lentils are going in the curry. That's amazing. I bet it's delicious.
So right now I'm busy making the custard for the milk tart. So I've just measured out some corn flour, sugar. I still need to find some flour. And then in here we've got the milk, cinnamon, and butter. And then once that's done, we'll pop it into the pie crust and bake it again. So this is baking blind.
This is our first South African curry.
Welcome. Yeah, this
So,
is fantastic.
Your hat's back
Arts
there.
and crafts.
Your hat, yes, it is arts and crafts. Do you want to help out?
No, I've actually got a phone call in a minute.
Would you actually have real jobs?
Yeah,
Simon
yeah.
actually has to go. Has to
I
go.
do have work.
Has to go do his real job.
Yeah.
So, happy Valentine's Day. I love you.
I love you too.
I'm
See you
going to be
later.
sewing until about 4 in the morning.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So this is just gilding now. I've put all the glue on, the glue's just dried. So now I'm just gently tapping it on. And then I'll just fill in the small spaces here with just the little extra pieces that will eventually fluff off.
Well, if it looks half as good as the chandelier project that you guys did yesterday, I am going to be super excited. And here, I'll show everybody who's watching the chandelier project from yesterday. So while I'm downstairs sewing, Jean and Tristan are gilding chandeliers and cleaning crystal chandeliers. So it's a chandelier day. You guys are doing such a great job. It's beautiful.
Good.
I wish we had a before picture, but this was pretty sad and tired looking, and this is going to be the chandelier for the veranda.
And it was some emergency gilding.
It was an emergency gilding, exactly, because the electrician finally showed up, and when the electrician shows up, then we have to hustle.
All systems go.
Exactly.
Jean and Tristan did such a great job with the gilding, and now I'm doing the aging, which is a little bit of an artistic project because we want it to look authentic and to not look too blingy, but also not be too brown. And as usual around here, my hands are filthy. It's a finished product, and I think it looks fantastic. Hopefully it'll look just as good once it's hanging in the veranda. As we said before, when the electrician does show up, he's never very predictable. We have to make the best use of his time.
Are you gonna be aging the moss?
No, so we're going to keep these super blingy. This isn't like the furniture. We're going to actually...
That you gilded?
Oh yes, that's true. I can show everyone. This is a mirror that I gilded last year and renovated. It was in terrible condition. And so I've been teaching Jean and Tristan how to do this kind of gold gilding and aging. But for Carnival, it's going to be very blingy. And also while we're here, in the spirit of Chateau Love, I want to show everyone the most beautiful gift that Jean and Tristan bought for us from South Africa. Aren't they beautiful? We love blue and white. And they've also been giving us inspiration for our 18th century costumes. And they're so beautiful. You guys are incredibly thoughtful. We're so glad you're here. I'm really confused about what's happening on your head right now.
Why? I got myself a trapper hat.
It's ridiculous.
It's so warm.
It's a lot of fake fur, and it's really,
Good.
really, really horrible.
It's not supposed to be real fur or real leather. It's supposed to be, you know, eco-friendly.
You look like you've got
no
a
animals were
mullet
hurt
from the 80s.
in the making of this hat. It's all faux, but it's so comfortable.
This animal's getting hurt. Your wife's
so
getting hurt.
It's so comfortable. Look at that. Feel how good that is.
You cannot go out in public with me looking like that.
So nice.
Never, ever, ever.
So nice. Yeah. And it has little things on the flaps on the
Look
side.
at me. I'm down here trying to work. I've got all this stuff happening, and you come in.
I did this just to irritate you, didn't I?
You did.
That's what you think.
Did this
You
just
think
to irritate
he did
me.
that just to irritate
You walk in. Oh no! It's got more looks. What's happening?
This is when you don't want the ear flaps down, right? You do something like put it up here. I've got it more around. It's like my bike helmet. It's hard to see unless I'm. Oh, it's actually quite hard to.
I can't even hold the camera straight.
I can see perfectly.
I know. I think
it's actually a quite becoming look.
I think I'm the one now who can't see. I think you've blinded me. This is not becoming at all. I want to give somebody a close-up of just how bad this fur is. This is literally the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's very comfortable. The hat looks great on.
This looks so good. Look at this. And then this, it looks like we might need to seal it with something because the paint's just soaking into the felt. But we'll get there in the end. We have one day and it's gonna happen. It's already looking really good. So here's the glue for the ceiling. And then look what I found. Glitter. Oh. So maybe we can glitter it up while we're at it.
Yeah.
Oh, John, well done. Fantastic. But they're not done yet.
Not yet.
No, they could be done, but not in this house. I love it.
Go big or go home.
Absolutely. It's our new motto.
There we go.
So basically you just hold it long enough to where it dampens the old wallpaper. And then as you're peeling one bit, then just move it around and start peeling another bit. And sometimes you need to hold it just a little bit longer. Like that.
So we have silk. We have something that looks like terracotta. This is so strange. And quite exciting. That's so satisfying.
It is, especially when it doesn't sit.
Are wondering, I am going to make a full video about how I created 4 18th century inspired costumes in record time without having had any experience of sewing clothing. I do have experience of sewing house chateau related items like curtains and bedspreads and things like that, but not the clothing. I can't tell you how pleased I am with how everything has come off. You know, I never realized how much fun sewing historical costumes is. I've never made my own clothes before, and I've made lots of curtains and things like that for the house, but you know, I've never really seen the attraction of making clothing, partially because it's not as much fun and not as exuberant as the decorating of the house. But doing these costumes, this has been so much fun, and I honestly wish I'd known about it sooner, especially in 2020 when we all were stuck at home and had so much time to kill, because the time just flies by when I'm sewing. I really, really wish I had about another month to do these costumes, but I've got about 2 days. So And if I can do it, you can do it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to follow our costume making adventures as well as some of our other adventures. Today, of course, we're focusing on the accessories and I'm focusing on finishing this gown. And we might get a sneak peek at the end of this video of Simon, his outfit. I'm going to need a couple of people to help me get into my outfit, which I'll be wearing hopefully in just 2 or 3 days in Venice. And we can't wait to bring you along with us for that whole experience as well.
It's Valentine's Day and my wife's abandoned me for sewing. Will you be my Valentine?
Is this gonna be the divorce issue right here?
I guess we'll have to wait and see if it makes an appearance when we're out. When we're out one day, I'm just going to put it on and just see if you notice. I think I might put it on my next conference call. See,
you're gonna get fired from your job.
I'm not. Someone's going to say something and say, "What on earth are you wearing?"
That's going to be a look for a far more expensive wife than me.
My ears get cold.
Yeah.
It's just a quick.
Oh God.
You see?
So now we're going to be creating our own shoes, and we got shoes from the charity shop for both the girls and the boys. And this is going to be really fancy. We're going to make a couple of pairs of gold shoes, or actually a couple of pairs of pink shoes and 1 pair of gold shoes, and then we're going to embellish them with fabric and accents. And so let's start out with the pink. It's quite a pretty color, isn't it? So I've got boots because I don't know what the weather's going to be like. And we've got shoes. And these are going to be unrecognizable as the little granny shoes that they are now when we're all done. I have to be careful not to paint my own shoes. And then we are going to start embellishing. This is the funniest thing ever. We've just realized that people with glasses can't go to Carnival, but Jean thinks he's found a solution.
Yeah, I found a solution. This works. See? No elastic needed. Everything's sorted.
I think it's perfect.
People with glasses don't go.
Meanwhile, I've just put glue on the mask, and I'm trying to film, make a mask, and pay attention to the intricate workings of people who wear glasses at Carnival. Okay, let's see how this goes. In principle, this should work. I've never done this before. So, like with this entire costume making process, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. So I've used fabric glue to stick the fabric onto the mask, and then we're also going to use some hot glue because no good crafting project is any fun without a hot glue gun. And then the key is just to try to smooth this out because it really wants to pucker. But I think having matching masks with our costumes is going to be really fun. So I cut these slits for the eyes. And then just smooth the whole thing down. It seems to be sticking pretty well, actually, which I'm glad because I'm trying to show everybody how to do something I've never done myself before. Yeah, we can do that. We can do this. We can do this. We can do anything as long as we put our minds to it.
And have at least 24 hours.
And a whole lot of coffee, like mountains and mountains of coffee. And everybody's also probably figured out that our romantic Valentine's Day this year is not going to be nearly as romantic as it was last year when Simon spoiled me, because this year is all about making sure that we are ready to go and everybody has a costume. But then when we get there, the romance is going to be on turbo drive. That'll probably get you somewhere. So, sticking it down, the hot glue gun. So now Tristan is having a go with the other mask, and she's doing a much better job even than I did. Well done.
Thank you.
This is Simon's mask. It's going to look so good. Yes.
A bit of trim.
Yay. It's going to be beautiful.
Masks for Isabella and Jack. And I have made a ruffle to match the costumes. And this is going to get stuck on like that. There. And then last but not least, we have a little heart in matching blue velvet. And we're going to carefully stick this on to the beautiful gilding that Sean did right there. Et voila.
So look how perfect the one that Tristan did is. And then turn around and show us. Isn't that great? And now we just have to bedazzle them.
Absolutely.
Do you have that word bedazzle in South Africa?
Yeah, I even had the machine bedazzled.
Oh, all right. Bedazzling's about to happen. So I got these buckles off of the internet, and they look very, very fabulous, but they are very inexpensive, and they've got these clips on the back. And so we found some more secondhand shoes here for Simon. And the way these are going to attach, they can attach two ways. I can either cut into the leather, which is what I did for Jack's shoes over there, or these bend down with these little buckles, and then they just stick on. So the thing to do with these shoes, which was the most important, was to find shoes that had the strap going across to give it the authentic look that we were after. But I think it's all going to work out pretty well. And once they're on, oops, get it in the middle. And there we go.
There we go.
Here we have both of the men's shoes, looking very dapper. And just time to do the ladies' shoes now. It's fantastic. From ugly little black boots to very fancy. Very, very fancy.
Most extravagant shoes ever.
Hooray!
Thank you for making this.
Let's give everyone a sneak peek. Here is the majestic prince without his accessories. If you'd like to see his accessories, you'll have to join us for the next episode in Venice. This gives you an idea of just how fancy we're both going to be because my gown is matching Simon. And you are looking splendid.
Thank you.
We just wanted to say happy Valentine's Day to all of you, and thank you so much for making this the most special year ever.
Thank you for an amazing year of Chateau Love. Will you be my Valentine?
And though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom.